So let's get on with the definition. What is partnership? Now, what comes to your mind when I utter this word partnership? Normally people say partnership, is an agreement between two people. Others say partnership means sharing of profits. Some might say partnership is the understanding between two people or three people, or it depends how many people are involved. So it may be two, three, four, or 8, 10 people. So these are the answers that you normally get when you ask this question, what is partnership? This is correct that partnership is an agreement between people. This is correct that partnership means sharing of profits of the business. This is correct that partnership is an understanding between the people. It is a deal amongst the people. But let us see how partnership has been defined as per the Indian Partnership Act 1932. Let us try to understand what a partnership is with the help of some examples. Now, I have drafted a few examples for you. What I would request you is, as and when a new example comes before you, please write it down on a paper. Keep a paper and pencil or pen ready with you. Mark the example and against it write yes or no. Yes if it is a partnership, no if you think it is not a partnership. So let's see those examples. The first example is A and B are joint owners of house which is given on a rent of 10,000 per month, which is shared by both of them. So there's a house which is owned by A and B jointly. They've given that house on rent of rupees 10,000 per month, and they equally share that rent. That is, A keeps 5,000, B keeps 5,000. So what do you think? Is this partnership? Whatever you think, write it down on the piece of paper. Next, A, B and C are members of HUF, which is into the business of textiles. The profit is shared equally by all the members, that is A, B and C. Now, is this a partnership? I don't know. It's for you to answer. Okay, let's see next. A of Pune has appointed B of Jaipur to sell his goods in Jaipur, wherein the profit will be distributed in the ratio 2:1. Now there's a person A who resides in Pune. Now he wants to effect sales in Jaipur. So he has appointed B who resides in Jaipur so that he can sell the goods in Jaipur. Now whatever the profit B makes by selling the goods in Jaipur, it will be distributed in the ratio 2:1 amongst A and B. Is this a partnership? Fourth, A, B and C run a CA firm wherein A takes care of audit matters, B takes care of tax matters, and C takes care of finance matters. Whatever the profit the firm gets, it is shared equally by all three of them. Now, is this a partnership? Now, if you want to again go through the questions, pause the video here, go through all the questions again, and then proceed, because we have some more examples coming up for you. So if you are not done with the answers, pause the video here. Next, A and B run a recreation house for elderly people on subscription basis. This subscription is utilized for getting in more equipment for recreation activities and getting or giving better facilities to the members. A and B run a recreation house for elderly people and they take subscription for this. Now with this subscription, they purchase better equipment, they give better facilities, you know, to the members. Is this a partnership? I don't know. Next, A owns a Jeep and B drives it on commercial basis. The income after deducting the expenses is shared by them equally. Is this a partnership? I don't know. Next, A and B owns a plot of land on which they have constructed a Gurudwara. Whatever donations are received are utilized for conducting langar services for poor. Is this a partnership? You've got to decide. Next, A and B are in the business of manufacturing and selling shoes. The profit is shared in the ratio 3:1. However, A shall bear all the losses. Is this a partnership? You write down the answers for all the 8 examples. We'll come back to these answers after understanding what is partnership as per the Indian Partnership Act 1932. So let us now understand how partnership has been defined in the Act. Once we understand that, we'll come back to these answers and check how many of our answers are correct. So, students who want to go through the questions again, pause your video here, go through the questions and write the answers before getting on with the video. So moving on. Definition of partnership. Now this definition is given under section 4. Now how is partnership defined? Partnership is the relation between the persons who have agreed to share the profits of a business carried on by all, or any of them acting for all. Now this definition, it might sound that you've heard this definition before. This definition must be looking very familiar. The reason is because you would have covered it in your lower standards in your 11th and 12th class. Normally partnership definition is taught there. The definition is taken from the Indian Partnership Act 1932. You possibly, I don't know if you know it or no, but this definition is taken from this act. And what is the definition? The definition says partnership is the relation between the persons. So the two important words in the first line are relation between the persons, relation and persons. So there is a definite relation that exists. Now this relation exists between persons, so we can see that there is a plural. That means you need at least 2 people. You need at least 2 people to start a partnership. Now this is very basic in regards to partnership. One person cannot start a partnership. With whom will he partner? Partner means that you have somebody to partner you, somebody with you to help you out, somebody to share responsibility. And if he's sharing responsibility, he'll share the remuneration, the profit, the benefit also. Partnership cannot be alone. What is alone becomes sole proprietorship. So partnership cannot be done by one person. It has to be done by 2 or more persons. So you need at least 2 people. Partnership is a relation between persons who have agreed. Who have agreed. That means there is an agreement between these 2 people. There exists an agreement. They have agreed on something. What they have agreed on? let us study. To share the profits. That means there is profit sharing. They have agreed on sharing the profits of the business. Obviously, when you'll have a business, only then you can have the profits. You cannot have profits without a business. So when you agree to share the profits, that means you agree to do a business. So that means there is an existence of business as well. Okay. Which is carried on by all. That means all the partners, all the persons who have agreed to share the profits of the business are conducting that business. All are engaged in conducting the business. Every person is doing some or the other duty, some or the other function of the business. Maybe sales, maybe marketing, maybe production, maybe purchase, maybe procurement, maybe finance, accounts, maybe anything. All the partners are engaged in that business, or any of them acting for all, or any of them. That means if there are, let's say, 3 partners, any of them, if not all, if all the 3 are conducting the business, that they'll be covered by this point. But let's say only 2 are doing the business. One has only invested capital. Then 2 persons, 2 partners are there in that business, which are actively doing the business. So we can say any of them acting for all. So these 2 are acting for all the 3. As simple as that. One person is not at all doing the business. He's not engaged in any activities of the business. He's not conducting it. So the remaining 2 who are doing it, they are doing it on the third's behalf also. So these 2 are representing all the 3 of them. So any of them acting for all. Acha, only if, let's say, one person is conducting the business. There's one person who's given his brand to the business. There's another person who's invested capital in the business, and there's this third person who will be doing the business. Now the first 2 persons are not engaged in the business. They do not conduct the business. It's only the third person who is engaged, who's conducting the business. Can I say he is covered by this last line, or any of them acting for all? Now this any means it may be 1, it may be 2, it may be 3, it may be 4, any number acting for all. So if there are 8 people who are doing the business, if 7 conduct the business, they'll be covered by the last line. If 6 conduct the business, they'll be covered by the last line. If 5, 4, 3, 2 people conduct the business, they'll be covered by the last line. And if only one person is conducting the business on behalf of everybody, he'll again be covered by the last line. But if all do the business, they'll be covered by the second last line, because there it is written carried on by all, or any of them acting for all. So here in the last line, the people, the persons, the partners who are carrying on the business have the ability to do it on the other's behalf as well. And because of this reason, they also have the ability of binding their acts onto the others. So if only 1 out of the 3 is doing the business, whatever acts he will be doing, be it purchase, be it sales, be it service, be it negotiation, whatever acts he'll be doing it on the behalf of the other 2, as well as he has the ability to bind those two persons also. He'll have the ability to bind those two persons also. That means if he has taken loans, now this means he has taken loan on the behalf of all three of them. Though only he has taken the loan, but this means all three of them are now bound by it. So he has the ability to bind the others as well. So this is how the definition of partnership is defined. So for this, there is one jargon that we say, it's mutual agency. Now why this is called as mutual agency is because every partner acts as the agent of other partner. So there is a mutual agency that exists between them, because he can bind the other partners by his act, and this is what exactly an agent does. He binds the principal by his act. So there we can see exists a mutual agency. If there are three people, let's say A, B and C, A is the agent of B. A becomes the agent of C as well. At the same time, B becomes the agent of A and B also becomes the agent of C. At the very same time, C also becomes the agent of A and B. So you can see that one partner is the agent of all the other partners, and all the other partners are also his agents. So everybody is everybody's agent. That means everybody is everybody's principal also. We'll get into the depth of this word mutual agency later on, but for now please understand, all the partners are agents of the other partner, one partner, and that partner is the agent of all the other partners. So this is the mutual agency that exists between them, because one partner can bind whole of the firm by his act, so he becomes the agent of the firm. So with this, the definition is clear. Let's go and understand the features of partnership.